Okay, so this is my fourth tutorial in my Apple Watch series, and today I'm actually going to be talking about Apple Watch notifications. A lot of people have been asking me to do that and give a brief overview, so here I'm going to do it today. And in my future video, I'm going to talk about glances and maybe a little bit more advanced stuff about notifications. So let's start by making a new Xcode project. And actually, a new Xcode beta came out. I think it's for iOS 8.2, so you might want to check that out on the developer.apple site. Alright, so let's open up the beta and let's create a new Xcode project. Single view application. I'm just going to name this a watch notification. Whoops. Let me just change that. And we're going to be using Objective-C. And there's actually no coding really that's going to happen in this tutorial. It's just going to be an overview on notifications, so it doesn't really matter what you click. And we're not going to be using any core data, and make sure your device is the iPhone. So let's click next and save it where you want to save it. I'm going to save it in my tutorials folder and hit create. Okay, and as usual, what we want to do is we want to go to File, File, New Target, and go to iOS, then Apple Watch, and we're going to be making a WatchKit app. Hit Next, and over here, leave everything as is, and just make sure notification scene is checked. Uncheck glance scene because we're not going to be talking about glance scene today. So make sure notification scene is checked and hit finish. And yeah, activate that. And a bunch of folders have popped up. So let's just expand these folders. Okay, and let's navigate to our storyboard. Okay, so something's different than usual. Usually what we saw was just an interface, and now what we're seeing is a static interface and a dynamic interface. And these two interfaces are for our notifications on the Apple Watch. So today we're going to be talking about static interfaces. In a future video, I'm going to be talking about dynamic interfaces. So let's just deal with static interfaces for now. So to customize what you see on a notification, you're going to be dealing with this JSON file, or actually in this case it's .apns, and that stands for Apple Push Notification Service. So let's just open that up, and you see a bunch of stuff over here. And this is basically going to be the content that's in your notification. So you can give your notification a body, you can give it a title, and then you can have buttons on it, and then give the buttons action methods. And of course there's a category. Okay, so let's go back to our storyboard. And so this watch app is going to be something that reminds you to feed your cat. Just something simple. So let's just type in the label on the main view. Feed your cat now, please. And uncheck that. Okay. Let's just expand that box and make this 2 lines. Alright, and if you don't know where I found the styling, it's actually on this sidebar over here and on this shield type of icon, the attributes inspector, and just hit 2 lines. So now our feed your cat should be on 2 lines, and let's just put that in the middle, make it look nice. And let's go back to our .apns file, and let's customize what's going to be on our notification. So the body, we'll just do feed cat exclamation mark, and the title can be pet reminder. Alright, and that should be good. Let's just hit Control S and save this and save this. Okay, so now let's click on watch notification WatchKit app, or whatever you named your project. Let's click on that, and let's click on edit scheme. And now click duplicate scheme, and let's just do notification dash 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 dash. Doesn't really matter. And hit enter, then go back over here and do edit scheme again, and make sure that this is showing our static notification, and the notification payload is going to be our push notification payload.apns file, which is what we customized over here. And make sure this is selected as automatically, and hit close. Alright, so now that we know that this scheme is going to be running the notification dash 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 of WatchKit notification WatchKit app, let's click that, make sure an iPhone 6 or 6 Plus is selected, and let's hit run. So hopefully this works out. Okay, our simulator just popped up. And okay, so here's our notification. So when some method triggers a notification, or maybe it's a background timing that triggers a notification, this is what's going to pop up. And so there are two buttons that we see over here. The first button, we can always go into our code and define a method for this that does other things. I don't know, maybe increment a counter or something. And then by default, there's always going to be a dismiss button, which allows the user to dismiss the notification. So let's just dismiss the notification. And when we dismiss the notification, nothing pops up. That's odd. Let me just Command Q, and let me just try that one more time. It's going to be a little buggy. Okay, so here our notification popped up, and actually, okay, so if we dismiss it, it will just dismiss the notification, but I believe if we click on the top icon, the title over here, it should take us to our app. Yeah, our watch app. So maybe you have APNS fire the notification, and it displays something briefly, and then the user can click on the watch app to see more information, or they can just dismiss it and then come back at a later time. So that's kind of how notifications work. In a future video, I'm going to be going into more detail on how they work and possibly define some methods for the button that you see. And I'll be going over also the dynamic interface. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe, and if you have any suggestions or comments or questions, leave them in the comments section below. Alright, thanks.